Kilteevan Tidy Towns have taken action to encourage people to engage with the outdoors, have raised awareness of the biodiversity and heritage on their doorstep, and generously shared their knowledge with others through the establishment of a series of woodland and peatland biodiversity trails and walks.
This area here in Cloonlarge is a special area of conservation, and it is designated as special because of the unique habitats we have here, and indeed because of the rare and threatened species we have. What we didn't know about these bogs before is that they were like giant sponges, or like the lungs of the planet, like living, breathing lungs, and they were actually working on our behalf. These peatlands were actually storing carbon. 3% of the Earth's surface is peatland, but it stores twice as much carbon as all of the Earth's standing forests. That's some statistic. A major focus of our work in Tidy Towns has been on biodiversity, because biodiversity is fundamental to supporting life on planet Earth. What a lot of people don't seem to understand is that biodiversity and climate change are two sides of the same coin. If there's climate change, there's biodiversity loss. If there's biodiversity loss, that impacts on climate change. One reinforces the other. And when we lose biodiversity, we don't just lose nature, we lose one of our best defences against climate change. One of the basic building blocks of preserving biodiversity is to know your own biodiversity. And we have spent a lot of time trying to educate ourselves about what is so special about this place here in Kilteevan. So we have, through citizen science, agency support, membership of the Community Wetlands Forum, we have tried to learn a lot more about our environment here and our biodiversity. We have researched our butterflies, we are currently learning about our moths, we have researched flora, fauna, trees, we have biodiversity signs all over scattered throughout the loop on the walk here. We also publish biodiversity calendars. We've also done little treasure trails, nature treasure trails for children, and we have a little sticker which we give them as a reward when they complete the trail. Tidy Towns is one of the best voluntary organisations in the country at the moment. It's certainly one of the most relevant. It has its fingers right on the pulse of planet Earth. And we know the pulse rate of the planet is not good. An emergency has been declared nationally and locally here in County Roscommon. Tidy Towns is helping those of us who want to be part of the solution to this emergency to take actions to make life better. We support the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, and we're doing our very best to try to make Kilteevan sustainable. Anon na beatha an tathru, change is the breath of life, and if we all work together, literally, we can bring about change to planet Earth. There was no Tidy Towns competition in 2020, but a very wise member of our committee insisted we enter the Pride of Place competition. It was a very wise decision indeed, because it made us really work hard together, even though we were apart. And really right through that year, Pride of Place was the glue that held us all together. We had to reflect on the work we had done, focus on that, and put it together in a booklet which is very beneficial for communities for the future because it becomes history. In the end, we were very excited. We had to watch online for our results, and we came second to Dingle Food Festival. We're very happy to come second to Dingle anytime. What would we like to see in the future? Well, we'd like to heal the scars on the landscape on our boglands. We'd like to see them restored, rehabilitated, and there are many fine examples of that around the country at the moment. We'd like future generations to be able to not just survive, but survive and thrive. We can't go back and change the past of the story, but we can be very much involved in changing the end of this story about our boglands. And we can create a magnificent resource for the community of Kilteevan and for tourists and the wider community in general in Roscommon.